Hello guys, welcome back to another video here. And in this video we're going to be taking a look at what would happen if a Spinosaurus was packed with a fight against a Tyrannosaurus Rex. In this scenario we will be looking at the attributes of a Spinosaurus and also the attributes of a T-Rex and see which one would have the edge in combat. Right. So first we have the Spinosaurus. It was a very big dinosaur, which is what was portrayed in the films. But indeed, it's actually a very lean dinosaur. Unlike in this photo, its neck is built very low compared to its body length. The neck is about here, and it's built for basically hunting in the water, and not as portrayed in any of the films of Jurassic World, Jurassic Park. So basically the Spinosaurus does not. Let's start off with its teeth, shall we? So in its teeth, as you can see there closely if you zoom in, its teeth are more meant for gripping and not for tearing flesh, but instead for gripping on it, because in water it's normally very hard to catch something. You can catch it, but it'll probably get away, right? So it's very specially made for gripping on to other dinosaurs and animals in its surroundings, thus making it also grip on to any other apex predators or any predator for that matter. Body and tear it apart. And I'm not telling you it doesn't have pointy teeth. I'm just telling you it's not specially made for tearing flesh. It's specially made for gripping. That's what it's made for, right? And then we see the sail on its back. It's probably the most useless thing in its body. Second most useless thing after its tail, because it does nothing almost. It's just to I think it's to intimidate. It's probably to intimidate its enemies. Like, oh my god, I have this big armor on my back. You can't bite me on my back. I'm the best. Like that, something. And then, of course, there's the claws and the body. It's basically made as a very lean dinosaur. It is big, but it's very lean as such, so that it doesn't need to bend its neck too much to get underwater. And its snout is made to be able to put it underwater and catch animals there very easily, as portrayed on a BBC channel, BBC like live podcast, not a podcast, a video that about what would happen if a Spinosaurus ran into a Crocodontosaurus. But that's a sort of different story, but we see how the Spinosaurus was in that video. If you have ever watched it, that's probably be a little bit helpful for you to understand this fight, right? And then we have its arms, right, and its legs. Legs don't have that like powerful claws or any sort of pound force, but if you see its hands or limbs, forelimbs, it's very strong. And in the real Spinosaurus used to actually walk sometimes with all four limbs. It used to be very funny to look at it, but yeah, it used to, sometimes at least, because too much weight was being transferred to its head, and I'd probably get back pain like one of us. When I'm sitting on a very upright chair, I get back pain. Like that, probably when you're in a lean chair, you get lots of back pain. So it would use its limbs. Yeah, right. So the forelimbs have extremely long claws, up to 9 inches in length. That is almost as big as a human's handspan. That is a lot. If you know, our hands can stretch out to a long distance, about 8.5 inches for the average human, right? And then we come to its tail. It's probably the most useless part, and also the most vulnerable part in all of it. You might see the tail is like part of its body, so if you bit it and you like tore it, it's probably pain. It's actually just bones, so it's gonna be pretty hard to crush those for any weak dinosaur. So I'm pretty sure no Spinosaurus is just gonna let some random dino or carnivores, even a herbivore such as any theropod or sauropod, to just come to its side and bite its goddamn back. It's probably not gonna do that. They're gonna attack it, but you could say something could attack it from behind, like a very sneaky dinosaur, such as a Jongosaurus. It's very sneaky. If you didn't know, some channels say it's very like loud. They stomp and go. Unlike other dinosaurs, they don't actually. They're very sneaky. They're like almost like what do you say? Very armored ninjas, like heavily armored ninjas, like heavy duty ninjas. That's how they are. And that could probably sneak up at the back of a Spinosaurus and bite its tail off. That itself would lead to the Spinosaurus getting a very bad injury. Say even the Spinosaurus was able to kill any dinosaur it was behind, it would die of blood loss. Or it would die of any bacteria that was in its mouth. Right? Because its entire tail is sort of bit off, right? So yeah. That's for the Spinosaurus. But I'm not saying it's weak. I'm just showing you its attributes. And a solid Spinosaurus could probably kill a T-Rex. But in this scenario, we're not taking the Jurassic World or Park Spinosaurus into view. The actual Spinosaurus was very vulnerable to high and tall opponents. It's almost like those guys just bully this dude. But it's not like that. It's like Spinosaurus is a quiet kid. He's holding all his anger inside. And one day he just attacks everyone, all the bullies and stuff. The high school parodies, yeah. That. So that let's not get it too off-road here. So yeah. The Spinosaurus still has a very high bite force. As we saw in the movie, some parts of which a Spinosaurus was portrayed as are actually true, such as its bite force. It doesn't leave a dinosaur in pain. It just is made to kill them and to crush bones. After you get bit by a Spinosaurus, it's not you. I mean, like, not a human. You probably die if you get bit by a Spinosaurus, like, in a moment. Because this hunts you down, bro. But any other dinosaur, or like a fish, a big fish, or a shark or something, if it caught that thing, it would probably, you cannot get out of there. It cannot get out of there. If you were a dang shark, you could not get out of its mouth. It is so gripping. It'll just pierce into your flesh that if you even get out, you'll have like 8 pounds of flesh off your body. That's like so much. Flesh weighs more than a pound. Like, so that would be 8 pounds. Say it's only 2 pounds. Flesh is one piece of flesh is only 2 pounds. That's still like 8 and 16 pounds of flesh off your body. That would pain plus blood loss. Bruh. You would not want to mess around any of these dudes. Right? And plus their claws are just, T-Rex's claws is probably most small. Even probably a lion's claw is bigger. Obviously not, but still, right? Yeah. It has very small arms. Probably if it fell over, it'd probably help it get up or something. Even then, it'd be like a baby doing push-ups. Imagine that happening. Would never happen, right? That's what. A T-Rex never falls over. Yeah. But even then, the Spinosaurus is way stronger than anything you think of. Unless it's some big, like a Giganotosaurus, possibly, if it ever came across one. Or Allosaurus is, the point here about the Spinosaurus, it's all heavy-duty ninja. Like, it's all very stacked. There's possibly no way you could kill this thing until you see that its speed is like dog crap, yo. It moves at like 1 kilometer per hour. Not, I'm exaggerating, obviously, but yeah, but it's a very slow animal. And compared to other dinosaurs, of course, like unless you're Usain Bolt, you cannot outrun this dude. You cannot, unless you're Usain Bolt. So obviously, you gotta take in the fact that speed is a very potential way something could kill this thing. Like a Crocodontosaurus is just a little bit faster than Spinosaurus because of its bone mass is less. Like, I'm not saying it has hollow bones, but like, yeah, bone mass is less. And if you take in the Mosasaurus is way heavier than this thing, but it still moves faster because of its strong legs. Here, if you see this thing's legs, not really, they're muscular, but they're not really built for running. They're more built for stomping. If you see the BBC World Channel's video that showcases how a Spinosaurus eats its fish, there it actually eats, I think, a seal or fish. I don't know what they're called. They're just swordfish. I think swordfish. Yeah, eat some swordfish. And there you can see facts portrayed. Facts with the X, F-A-X, portrayed, where it uses its legs to hold down the thing, like the swordfish, and then tear off meat because it's still wriggling. It probably wriggle into the ocean if this Spinosaurus didn't do anything, right? So obviously, the legs are not made for like scratching like a raptor's. Can't jump, obviously, yeah. So that's the only thing. Like an Allosaurus could probably like go run around it and then somehow just bite its neck and kill it, because Allosaurus have the sharper teeth. They're like the teeth we think every single dinosaur has. It's more of like a extremely sharp thing that if it bites you, you're gonna feel the pain, bro. You're gonna feel it like a lot. Like example, if a T-Rex bit you, it wouldn't pain. I mean, it would definitely pain, but like compared to an Allosaurus, it wouldn't pain that much because it's like bananas, bro. The decay in its teeth, even if you survived, you would not survive long, bro. Like max, like you wouldn't maximum go to the max. You survive for 4 days, yo, because of how much dirt and bacteria is in its damn tooth. One bite is all it needs. Even if the Spinosaurus kills it or even you kill it, doesn't matter, bro. You're gonna die in the next 4 days. Congratulations.
Subscribe and like the video for part 2.